Welcome to my presentation. This is about Gjennomsnittsmåling. Uh, so uh, this is what I have done in my oblique. So I did it solo because I did not find a group, and this is what I did. Did we I did vehicles and I did average measurements pi. So first off, uh, to convert a file to a dictionary, uh, what I did was that I took in a file name, and I made an empty dictionary, and then I opened the files in read mode, and then I read every line in the files. This read lines returns a list of lines from the file, and I for the line I split it on a comma because that is what separated every row from the dates and the license number. That the comma separated them, so I split it there, and then I splits returns a tuple, right? So then I unpacked it, the key and the value, the dates and the key, the license number and the dates, and then I assigned the dictionary the keys. First off, I stripped it of extra spaces, and then I assigned the keys with the value. Then I remove extra spaces, and finally, after all of this, I return the dictionary. For list speeders, what I did here, I made an empty dictionary for speeders to use later. Uh, I for the function, I take in two files, and I have a speed limit and a distance between the two boxes. The box one have you know uh, the box A texts this, uh, and then it makes a dictionary from what data it has, and from box B, uh, it's the same thing. Make a dictionary from data, and we then I zip the the items from both the dictionary into tuples, and then key one, key two, from the two dictionary, and the value one, the value two, and this is if the keys are the same. else do nothing because I don't care about if no, there's no uh, if there's someone that has entered uh, somehow without uh, use without driving through the boats of the boxes somehow. Okay, time one, that's the value from the first dictionary, and then uh, I make the the time into a date time from the string in the value, and do the same for time two. Make it a datetime object from the string, and then to calculate the the difference between box B and box A, you use a timestamp, and then you convert it to hours, because timestamp returns seconds. Uh, and then to calculate the speed per hour, we have the distance between the two boxes, and we know the time that it took to drive between box A and box B. So from those variables, we can calculate the speeds. And if the speed is above the speed limit times 5%, we assigned the Spears dictionary, the key one, that's the license number, and we give them uh, we assign the speed to three comma numbers. Run it down to three common numbers, and then the dates that it happens. And then after all this, we return the speeders. For the vehicles class, what I did here, I have a init, I have getters through decorators. Property is a getter. So I have getters from for all the instance variables. Uh, so what I have make, the model, the year, how long it has driven, the price, the license plates, then some exceptions, race exceptions for dit and that. And here I make objects, variables, license plates, how many speeding tickets it has. I made it a set because it doesn't make any sense if you have two of the same speeding tickets. It doesn't make sense, so I made it a set. Uh, I have a setter here, but it doesn't do anything. So could I have just removed it? But anyways, then I have a string method to, if I want to print the objects, then I can just print it like so, license plates and everything. And here we have uh, cars, trucks, SUV that inherited vehicles, and we call the super units, and then we, for the cars, doors, uh, and string, it's the same thing, plus doors, truck, you call super, and you have wheel drive, 2 or 4 BW, else race, runtime error, string, SUV. Uh, for speeding tickets, it doesn't inherit its vehicle because it's a speeding ticket is not a vehicle, so it doesn't make sense. So I made a new class in its properties, getters, string, and hash. This was I implemented these two because when you have a set, you have to implement your own hash and equalities, so it doesn't have duplicates in the set for a custom made uh, class. You know, for the variables license, it has a license plate, time of the speeding ticket, and speed and the speed limits. You know. All right. For the main function, we have constants here for the options. And first off, we take in a file to process, and if it is a file, then make a vehicle list, uh, try and accept, if there's something went wrong. And then I used Pickle here to read the objects in the file in in binary mode, because I am reading Python objects, so it makes sense that I read it in binary instead of doing it in text mode, because that is way more complicated. So I did it like this. Uh, what I did here, I made a file, and then I dumped Python objects into it, and then I used that file as testing uh, testing for testing, and then vehicles, and append the objects into the vehicles, you know, and if it is not a file, then I create empty lists. Uh, First off, the choice is 0. It's not it's a choice here. So if it's not quit, which is 7, uh, display menu, which is just print this, and then we get a input from the user. And if a choice is a new car, then we add a car, and it's a truck, then we add a truck. If a SUV, we add SUV. If you want to find a vehicle, then we loop through the vehicle list, and if the name from the users is the model of the vehicle, and we print the vehicle. Uh, for show vehicles, we just loop through the vehicle list and print every vehicle. Uh, for show speeding tickets, this was the hardest part. Speed limit, this is just an example. We used a list speeder function that I made, and we used the speed limit of and distance 5, and for vehicles, if the vehicle license plates is in the speeder's keys, uh, then we tuple unpack the 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 dictionary, the speeder's dict, uh, which is this because we return a key. We no we return a tuple, from this, and then we uh, for the vehicle object, we have a speed violation set. Then we add in vehicles. We add a speeding ticket, and we know the license plate, is timestamp, and the speed and speed limits, which is here, and then we loop through the speeding tickets for that vehicle, which is in the vehicle list. We loop through it and see if it has any speeding tickets, and then we print the speeding tickets. And if you want to quit, yeah, we first off we sort the list, and then we write out our vehicles in a file, which is the default here output from vehicles. That's right binary, and then we dump it into that file for every vehicle. Pickles pickles dump vehicle output file, and